All right, guys. Kenny Smith, Total Force Holdings. Today, we're going to start talking about wire-based communications. Wire-based communications. Now, what do I mean by that? Old school landline phones. Now, a lot of these landline phones end up doing some radio stuff at the further end, but as long as you're within the same switch code, and I'll talk about that here in a moment. As long as you're within the same switch code, it typically runs to a local switchboard and is point to point. So it's very reliable. The line has to be broken or unhooked for that to quit working. But those point-to-point systems are not as common as they used to be. Matter of fact, I can distinctly remember a time when you'd have power go out from snowstorm, hurricane, something like that. You wouldn't have shit for electricity for 3 days, but the hardwired landline phone would still work. Not a cordless, the old corded ones. They would still work. They would still get through. So maybe having one of those as a backup isn't a bad idea if you can swing the extra bill. Now, this goes another way. There are military surplus field telephones. And I have actually thought about doing this because when I was filming part 2 of this series, or was it part 3? Anyway, I was filming one of these videos. My wife called me. I'm out here in my shop. She's in the house. My wife called me. Stop my video. Stop everything. Now, I thought just for stuff like that, running old school military field telephones on wire from the house to here, to the shop. I actually have given that quite a bit of thought. Now, there are two ways you could go about wire-based data transmission. This is like a down and dirty, okay? Number one, electrically powered, meaning it's got power coming in from a line. It's running from disposable batteries, such as the old military TA312. All right. Yeah, those, yeah, they had a battery. 2D batteries to be precise. All right. You can have those, or you can have stuff like the old TA1 field telephones, which are sound powered. The sound waves of your voice vibrate something inside that thing, turns into an electrical signal, sends it down the wire, and you hear it on the other side. Um, there's nothing wrong with a wire-based system. It's probably the most reliable of all of these. The only downside is it's hardwired. You're not mobile with it. You cannot just pick up a wired system and go from point A to point B. It does not work like that. Okay, that wire is permanent infrastructure. So you have to think about things like that. It's not a bad setup. Not a bad setup at all. Like if you're a supervisor on a security site or you own a security company, it's not a bad idea to look at getting like a point-to-point phone line going from like say the security office to the guardhouse. All right, not a bad idea at all. Maybe another one running from the security office to the property manager's office. But there again, wire-based systems, they're great, they're extremely reliable, but they are not mobile, so you have to keep that in mind. Patreon and all the rest of my social media below and in my bio. Y'all take care, stay safe.